Hey folks, welcome out there this afternoon as you think. Now, it's a Monday, aren't we usually doing a live call-in show? But you know what? Yes, it's a special holiday today, so we are not live. We're not going to be live, but we do want you to hang around because we got a great show for you. You got some great problems and a great theme. I'm Ernie Roberts. I'm your host for TNLearn Mathline, specialized segments, Labor Day style, all right? Let's see what we've got going here today, what we're going to be talking about here. It says work, work, work. Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. And those of you who are out there working, we're glad you are doing those things for us and all that. For those of you who are enjoying the day off, thank you for tuning in. And those of you who are catching us later on this with our online and such, hope you had a great Labor Day also, all right? But we are here on TNLearn Mathline. Again, sit back, relax. We're going to do some applications where you hear the word work. We're going to be looking at some work problems, labor problems today, and also what happens when you get some teamwork going. Why do you like teamwork? Boy, it cuts down on the amount of hours, doesn't it, if two people are doing the job that one was trying to do alone. We're going to look at those later in the show also, all right? So let's take a look at some good old straightforward money. I like money. I like money. Yeah, we all like money, right? So here we go. You want to say, that's why we work? No, I hope we enjoy our jobs too. Hopefully we enjoy our jobs. Some do, some do not, but they do have the benefit of payday. And let's see what we got here. Eugene working 30 hours, earning a gross pay. The gross pay means no deductions, nothing taken out. That's what he is going to make before all that other lovely stuff. Some of you kids are going, what's a deduction? And your parents are going like, oh, we'll talk about that later. All right, but deductions are not in the possibility of realm here right now. But we're talking about definitely a gross pay of $462 before anything's taken out. We want to know what is his hourly rate of income because that's how you get to gross pay. You say, well, what do you do, Ernie? We're going to take that rate times the time, and it's going to give us the money. So the rate, we don't know. I'm going to call it R, okay? So R equals the hourly rate. You might call it H, all right? That'll work also. Just make it a variable of some sort. But we know that if we take that rate and multiply it times the time, we're going to get the amount of gross pay. So here we go. 30 times R equals 464. Wow, pretty straightforward, isn't it? So that's algebra. Some of you said, well, could we just divide? That's exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. I just like to show you that we can also make these things kind of into a formula situation. Divide by 30. And I'll be honest with you. Let's go to the calculator, all right? Hey, it's Labor Day. We want to take it easy, right? So let's use the calculator on this one today. So we've got it. 462. We'll divide that by our 30. And that should give us, drum roll, here we go, 15.4. What does that mean? It's money, right? $15.40. So there's your rate equaling $15 and a little chump change per hour. But you know those 40 cents add up after you do 30 of them and after you do 60 of them, and you get the idea. That makes a difference. So it's nice to have a little extra attached to that $15 rate. Not bad, Eugene. Good job on that. And, you know, that's almost, is that now minimum wage? I never know where we are on that issue, it seems like, around. And others will probably all call in and say, never mind. All right. We've gotten through that one. Let's move along here. Let's move along here. We got Charlissa. Let's see what Charlissa's story is here. She's working a 40-hour week. Oh, and she's making $16.75 per hour. What is her weekly gross pay? So now we're looking at this a little bit differently. This time, we're going to still take the rate, but this time we know the rate, all right? And that is $16.75. That's dollars and cents, folks. And up here, we've got 40. That is the time element. That is our time element. So let's see what we've got happening here. It says, what is her weekly gross pay? So this time, we're looking for the gross pay. We'll call it a GP, right? Why not? And our gross pay is equal to the rate times the time. In other words, how many hours does she do? All right, how much time does she spend? So we have, that's what we're looking for is GP, right? So let's put in the numbers. Let's put in the numbers. Basically kind of a formula situation. We will have 16.75, and we're going to say times 40. That's Charlissa's gross pay Let's see what we end up with. Calculator, why not? Yeah, it's Labor Day, right? We're going to take it easy, right? So let's do $16.75. And we're going to multiply times 40. Now keep in mind, this is before taxes. This is gross pay we're looking for. Before taxes, deductions, all those great things that make your paycheck look a lot smaller. And she's at $670 at this point. That is her gross pay before taxes, insurance, all those other good things that you sign up for, Social Security, all those great things come and kind of decimate that down quite a bit. Those are based on different rates. That's another show. That's another show. Today, we're about the gross pay. We don't want to make you have to work too much or sweat too much. Right out there, we're having a good time on it, good time on it. And there we go. Work, work, work. That's why we do it. We want to make a little bit of money there. That's the gross pay. There you go. Now, let's take a look at another gross pay situation here. And this one's got a little more twist and turn to it. Tyrone has a take-home pay of $375. That means that's what he ended up with after all the deductions and insurance and taxes and wears me out, all right? Wears me out. So he did 25 hours of work. We want to know what his hourly rate was. So now let's think about this. Let's think about this, all right? So he ends up with this take-home pay. First of all, think about it. You're going to take your gross pay, which is hours of work times the rate. Then you're going to, well, it's a deduction, right? So you're going to subtract those deductions. So let's see what's happening here. First of all, let's go ahead and put R again for hourly rate. It's going to be our variable. Want to put it in an equation form. We're going to play formula on this, but we're going to work it backwards in our head. Because some of you are going to say, ooh, I think I can do this without algebra. You know, algebra is just a language to show the operations you're going here. And what we know is where we ended up, we've got to work backwards. We're going to work backwards, all right, and see what that rate is. Rate times time. That was important, wasn't it? All right, that was the gross pay. So let's go ahead and put it right back in there. So we're going to say 25 times the rate. That's the gross pay right there. Then we're going to subtract deductions. Now the deductions, $106.25. So we're going to subtract 106. Let's see if I do that right. And 25 cents. Yeah, I was about to put the 2 in the 0. That doesn't transpose things, and that's not a good thing, especially when you're trying to figure out the answer to this problem. Let's see. We end up with a nice round number. Well, that was nice. $375. I bet most cases they won't be nice round numbers, and you know that. Those of you who are already getting paychecks out there, you're going, yeah, Ernie, we understand, we got you. But we're going to work from here. Now, here's the trick. Here's our trick. Let's see. I might need a calculator here in a minute, but not yet, not yet. Let's see. The idea is let's get R by itself. So since we deducted to get working back to the gross pay, I've got to add this to the take-home to get back to gross pay. Does that make sense? You've got this amount in your hands you're going to get to keep. But before that, you had a lot more, all right? What we're trying to do is get back to what was that lot more, and then we can get back to our rate. Then we get back to our rate. So let's work backwards. We're going to add $106.25. There you go. Hey, every quarter counts, all right? It certainly does. Over here, we're going to add also, put a little equals there. We're going to add 106. I don't know why I don't want to write 106 down today for some reason. It's Labor Day. I'm feeling lazy. Maybe so. I don't know. But let's see what's going to happen. We know this is going away on the left-hand side. Say goodbye to those. We're left with 25R. So we worked down. And by the way, that, folks, is your gross pay. That was your hours times the rate. Okay, so remember, we now have gross pay. We want to go a little further. We want to go a little bit further. Now, to the calculator, like I said, I'm a little lazy. By the way, that is a 106.25. Looks a little messy. Let's fix it. Let's go. Y'all are working these things at home with me, I hope. And online and everywhere else that we seem to appear and pop up. Let's see, taking $106.25, we're going to add that to the $375 because we're looking for a gross pay right now. Entering, we have, wow, that's pretty good there, Tyrone. You didn't do badly. You got $481 and 25 cents. Now, we are ready to do the, yes, you got it. We are ready to take care of division. So let's do it. Let's take that, go back to the calculator here because this one doesn't look pretty at all. Let's divide it by 25 and see where we come out. According to this, we come out, wow, that's pretty good. $19.25. Seems like everybody, as we went up on this list, got a little bit more per hour. That's nice. That's nice. So this was the rate, $19.25. Now, I know all of you are just dying to know, is that right? Did it work? Well, let's find out. First of all, what are we going to do? We're going to take this rate times 25. All right, so we're going to take 25 times 19 and a quarter, okay, or $19.25, all right. And let's see what happens. We go back and we'll start working that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and work that part through. Thank you, guys, because I want to do this one step at a time. 25 times our $19.25. What do we got? Looks like we got $481.25. Well, we kind of guessed that would happen, didn't we? Because that's where we were just a minute ago with gross pay, all right? But now what we've got to do is take and subtract $106.25. And the hope is we're going to come up with $375. Some of you are already out there going like, wow, that looks like order of operations. And we've already done the multiplication part, right, folks? So let's do it. Let's subtract that 106 and a little chump change. We had 25 cents. Now let's see, do we get to, I bet everybody's going like, we're going to get it. We're going to get there, aren't we? $375. Yes, it is. $375. And that is how we check ourselves on that. So a little bit of algebra, a little bit of arithmetic, a formula that got us somewhere, and we could find every element we needed out of it if we know three parts of it. Pretty cool, and that's the way your money works. That's how they do it, folks. That's how that computer gets your nice little old take-home pay. It takes care of finding the gross pay, subtracts the deductions, and then voila, you have whatever's left over, and hopefully there's enough to take good care of you, all right? Let's take another look at a working situation here. Repair person this time, all right? Charges $360 for 8 hours of work, plus a materials cost of $44.72. How much is the hourly rate for billing? Now, I'll tell you, I love people who are skilled laborers and can do things well. And they're worth the money that we pay them to do repairs and work. They're essential. If I have the heat and air goes out, I got to have it fixed. You know, if the plumbing needs fixing, it's got to be fixed. If carpentry needs to be done, I need to have someone who can build it and build it right. So I really, really want to put in a plug for those folks who are out there, our artisans and our great contractors, our laborers who do skilled labor, and hey, make sure everything goes right for the rest of us there. Thank you guys for doing that. Let's talk about this situation here. It says a repair person charged $360 for 8 hours of work, plus a materials cost of $44.72. How much is the hourly rate for billing? Okay. Now, again, this storyline here, we're looking for the rate. We're looking for that hourly rate. So let's check it out, see what we're going to have. It's a little different twist. This isn't called gross pay and net pay and all that kind of good stuff. This is just pretty much a straightforward, let's get billed for doing a good job here, all right? So first of all, you're going to get a nice R equals the rate, and it is hourly, okay? So that's good news for us. We're also knowing that we're going to do 8 hours of that, all right? We just don't know how much it is, right? That's our missing, that's what we call it a variable. So, but we do know we're going to do it for 8 hours, all right? And, you know, they have this materials cost, and that gets charged to me. You know, they don't give that for free and say, hey, have fun with it. So that's a little bit more of my bill right there. 8 times the rate plus that material, $44.72, and now I am at $360 that he has charged me, or she has charged me, because we have some great lady artisans also that do some wonderful things. All right, now we are ready almost to start. Let's talk about this problem before I go to the calculator. Just want to clear it out there. First of all, the idea is let's get that rate by itself. That's what we've been doing. Little algebra going on here. And also, we're going to find out what the rate he charged for his labor. All right, that's what this is. This is the rate. This is the labor rate. All right. Hey, it's Labor Day, right? Talking about labor rate. So let's subtract $44.72 from both sides. And again, I'm going to call on the calculator because that's not pretty. But you know what? That's the thing. Money and business usually isn't pretty, but boy, it's nice when it pays the bills. All right, so let's take care of it here. See what we got. We're going to take $360. We're going to subtract $44 as well as 72 cents. So there we go. And I'm seeing, you're seeing, we're all seeing $315.28. That, folks, was the labor. That is the labor part of this bill. All right. Now, the other side, say goodbye to that $44.72. Now, I'm assuming he will be paying all of his own taxes because he's self-contracted. He'll take care of that himself. We don't have to worry about that, all right? However, there are places where you've got to add that percent of tax also into the actual billing. Some places they do that, some they don't. Some states require it, some do not. You know, understand where I'm going from. Let's take this value and divide now by 8. That's going to get us to the rate. And folks, that looks a pretty good rate to me. Looks like a pretty good rate. But like I said, skilled artisans are worth it. And we'll pay them great amounts to get things done right. Let's divide by 8 on the calculator. And we got it. That rate is $39.41. Let's take it and see, does it work? We're going to take 8 times, and this time I'm just going to run it all the way through in one fell swoop when we get to the calculator. 8 times $39.41, and we're going to add 44 and 72, and we're going to hopefully get 360. That's the game plan. Let's check it out and see. Let me clear out everything we got. Let's go to the calculator and see what it does for us. How about it? We've got an 8 times 39.41, and then we're going to add $44.72. And we get back to 360, which we were hoping for, but I want you to know, hey, math and money, they go hand in hand. Billing, charging, knowing what you need to do. And then there's other things he has to worry about that maybe an accountant will take care of or she has to worry about here. And you got accountants and other people that can take care of it. And a lot of times you take care of it yourself because you're the private contractor and you know what to do and know how to do it. So there you go, a nice example, a work thing. Now I mentioned at the beginning, it's nice when you have someone working with you, okay? Number one, it takes a little bit, it's a little more fun that way, but it also cuts the time very nicely. Now, unfortunately, most of the time when you work with someone, you're saying, gosh, they're a little slower than me, or they're sure moving a lot faster than me, all right? So it's not necessarily that you work at the same rate. So just because you bring in another person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to cut your time in half, all right? Or it may cut it in a third, depending on how fast and whatever. It's going to be how well do they adapt to the work? How well do they work together? So let's take a look at a problem here about spraying a yard. This could be for mosquitoes. This could be for trying to get grass to quit growing. It takes some time. It's a big, big yard here. This says we have one crew that can spray a yard in 6 hours. Takes another crew 9 hours to complete the same job. For whatever reason, they take a little bit more time, all right? The question reads, how long will it take them working together? So again, if both of them took 6 hours, this would be fairly easy, all right? You probably say, oh, it's going to take half the time. It's going to take 3, all right? And that would be true. But since one is a little bit slower, I don't think we're going to quite get half the time on it, all right? That's the first thing I want you to think about. What are we asking here? We take this crew and bring this crew in and let them do their magic together. All right, now let's talk about it here. First of all, if it takes 6 hours and they're going to work together, that means the first crew is going to basically be responsible for about 1/6 of the time here, 1/6 of what's going on, all right, the job as such. Now, we're going to look at the second crew. They are going to be able to do it basically as a 1/9 situation. So here we go. And then we're going to end up with what happens in working together. What part can they do this thing working together? So in other words, oh, mama, we don't know. That's the working together time, all right? Notice these are like reciprocal effects because we're saying part. A part plus a part, and then we've got this new part which brings us together. It's not 6 plus 9, okay? It's not 1 over 15 because you know better than that, right? Everybody knows better than that. We don't just add denominators because they look nice. They have to be the same if we're going to try to add them. So this is the game that we've got to deal with. We're going to have to clear these things out with a common denominator. So let's do it. Common denominator for 6 and 9. Oh my goodness. You say 54. Because someone told you, said, always multiply those. Well, let's take a look at this. That's a big number. 54 is kind of big. It'll work. And we would get a right answer, correct answer. But what we really need is a number that both 6 and 9 will go to. And let's try to go for something smaller. How about 9 times 2? 9 times 2 will give us 18. 6 will divide into 18 evenly. So we're going to do some fun algebra on this one, my friends. Here we go. And I need a t because it's part of the fraction game here. So we're going to play 18t is the least common denominator. You go like, Ernie, I never had a variable in a denominator. That's what we're looking at, all right? So what we are going to do, we're going to figure out that 6 and 9 are easy. 18 is the common denominator for those. But we've also got this unknown t. We have no idea what it's going to be. So we're going to multiply it in also. So we're going to clear this thing out. We're going to use 18t. Notice I put a big parenthesis because we're going to multiply all the way through here and clean this whole thing out. Now remember we talked about the whole reason we chose 18t was because 6 will divide into that evenly. That's nice. It goes in there very evenly. 3 times, right? So we're going to have a t coming along. So basically the 6 goes in with that 18. Leaves us with 3t times 1. So we got 3t off of that first fraction. Already looking nicer. Now, bring back the 18. Bring back the 18. I can't take it away. If you had a pencil mark, you're good. All right, that's why we always do math in a pencil, except when you're hosting Mathline, it seems like. So now we're doing 9 into 18. That goes 2 times. T hangs on. T hangs on, okay? And that 2 is going to come along with the t. So we got plus, how about it, 2t, all right? Already looking better. Oh, by the way, we'll just go ahead and take care of it again. We went back through there, but we've still got an 18t over here. Everything's clear over here. All gone, all right? All cleared. Over here, lose your t's because they cancel. It's kind of nice. And we'll say that equals 18, all right? Let's finish it off. Very easy at this point, isn't it? Let's take a look at it. Oh, my goodness, how about it? Want to look at it? We got 5t equaling to 18. I like this one. Now keep in mind, these are hours we're talking about. All right, we're talking about hours. 5 into 18 will go 3 and a little bit left over, all right? 3 3/5. For you lovers of decimals, 3 6/10. For those of you who like hours and minutes, which is what this is about, usually don't think about 0.6 hours, do we? Or 6/10 of an hour. But, well, let's see what's going to happen there. 3/5, 12 times, I believe we're going to have 36 minutes. So there's your deal. Remember I said if it had been 6 and 6, we would have been right at 1. We would have been at 3 hours. It would have split the time right in half. But we got a little bit slower here. Picks up a little bit extra time. But still, a lot nicer when they're working together and get that job done rather than just dragging one of them in or the other in and doing it all by themselves. And that makes a difference in the time there. You get to move along, your job's done. How about that? Working together, working together. So working together is a great way to be around our country, okay? And Labor Day is a great time for us to celebrate. Thank you, parents. Thank you, students. Thank you for everyone who works some aspect of the service industry. Somewhere out there in corporate America, I love you because you make some of this good stuff happen for me on the math, all right? And I love it, love it. And we also thank you for tuning in this afternoon. I know it's a Labor Day, it's a holiday, and I hope this has been informative to you. We will do some more work problems on another day, but like I said, thought we'd have a little bit of good time with that. And you know what? It does make a lot better sense to work together and complete those tasks Whether you have the same ability of finishing it at the same rate or not, it's going to work better working together. I like that. I like that. I like that. I really do. And I like the fact that you've called in. By the way, we do have Facebook running still. If you want to give us a look on Facebook today and a shout, go for it. We like it when you love us there. Also, this show hopefully will appear on YouTube. I think it's a good one. I think it's a helpful one, and hopefully it celebrates our Labor Day facilities and festivities today, all right? Hopefully you've had some great times, some great cookouts, all sorts of other good things. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon for us on TNLearn Mathline. You know what? Today was Labor Day, so guess what? Tomorrow we're back live, yes! And you can give us calls then. We will see you next time.